Hey, good morning, YouTube. No, I take that back. Strike that. I don't do good morning. What's the point of morning? And when is morning ever good, right? So I like to say good day. So I'm teaching myself new things. I'm learning as we go along too. You know, all these bad habits, all these curses and things that we're speaking over ourselves and over our children. So we got to be careful what wordage we use because not to be fickle, not to just be petty, but because we should be progressively growing. We should be growing. We should be gaining new information, new knowledge, new light, and doing better as we go. You know, all the things that our fathers and mothers, messed up on raising us, we should be able to learn from those situations and provide a better, more healthful environment for our siblings and offspring, right? So anyways, I digress. Did a great live yesterday. I really appreciate all the people that participated. I was trying it out. Never really used the StreamYard app or whatever platform before. And so I think it's nice. I was having problems seeing the feed though, for whatever reason, but I'm checking into that. I'll iron out those wrinkles. But anyways, so I really appreciate people, you know, BX Trust, I believe it was. Even had some other people that I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure we'll get familiar with each other as the time goes on. Joseph was there, and other people. Just because I don't remember right now doesn't mean it doesn't matter to me. I just want to say thank you for supporting, for tuning in, showing great care for the future, and and all our collective aspirations. Also, Kelly Lee, she's becoming quickly a favorite. She pointed something out, and I concur, and that is the apostille versus the authentication of the birth certificate of live birth. She pointed out that, in fact, if you do not pick a country outside of The Hague, that they will simply apostille as opposed to authenticate your birth certificate or certificate of live birth. What is the problem there? Well, authentication, at least in my pursuits, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is to put the certificate, which is simply evidence of a title. It's not actually the real title. You're seeking to put that certificate of title on par with the original title. And so through the authentication process and all levels of government, backed by the full faith and credit, essentially that is what is taking place through authentication. I have to look more into apostille. So it's not per se an authentication, but I won't delineate any further into that because I don't want to speak what I don't really know. I kind of, when I got into this, I hate using the term movement. I'm gonna have to think of another term, but when you know what I'm talking about. When I got into this 5-6 years ago, everybody was talking authentication, so of course I just jumped on the bandwagon without doing my due diligence per se. I did know that it had something to do with putting the certificate on par with the original. I mean, obviously, if you look up what a certificate is, it's evidence of an event or something happening. So it's not actually your certificate of registration or title to your vehicle, the automobile, what have you, is not the actual title. There is a manufacturer's title of origin that, in fact, the state claims to have destroyed. Usually, they don't want you to have that because what happens when you have both, the possession of the automobile and the title of origin. Okay, that's, in my opinion, essentially on par with the allodial title, where it's yours outright, free and clear, no taxes, no nothing on it, right? So it's clear to me that they have formed a trust, and that a trust is formed when you bifurcate or separate the titles, the legal title and the beneficial equitable titles. And so if you ever put them together, obviously, if that's what it takes to create a trust, is the bifurcation of the titles, then when you put them together, guess what? You destroy the trust. And if you destroy the trust, then all the benefits, all the assets have to be delivered to the beneficiary, destroying the trust. All right, but more on that in the private. I don't like to put everything out there in the public. So I'm on my way to the gym. I just wanted to touch base with you. I thank you guys that have been there, all right, that have supported, that are coming through, that are commenting, asking questions. Thank you for trusting in my due diligence and the hard work I'm putting in. It will not go unnoticed. I will look out for you, and I really just want to let you know I appreciate it. Perhaps we don't do that enough. Those who are on the forefront of the battle here, putting these videos out, maybe we don't kick back enough. So I know that my fellow men and women out here are struggling through this thing just like we are, and there is a sort of desperation, because of the fact that we're all just trying to become relevant. We're all just trying to figure this thing out, and that's why I'm gonna put in the work for you. I appreciate any donations and what have you. That just motivates. It's not going to necessarily, if you don't have it to give, that's fine. Let it be known, though. In the private, you ain't gotta let everybody know your business, but let it be known, and I'll work something out with you. Okay, because although yes, I do have to feed my family, I do have to, you know what's going on, right? So, but I don't want that to stop your progression. Okay, so we'll work something out, most assuredly. Don't worry about that. It's the honor system, basically. If you ain't got it, let me know. All right, we'll work it out. Other than that, real quick here, we're at 7 minutes and 20 seconds. I'll try and keep it under 10. Legal versus lawful. People, we really need to focus on this. Okay, legal is a construction. Legal is not law. They're not addressing this. Okay, legal is not law. Legal is a construction. It's a posit that courts use in order to reconstruct a crime scene or what have you when they don't have firsthand knowledge. Okay, so how should I put it? The progenitors of the legal system are your rival. I should not say your enemy. They're not your enemies per se, okay? Ignorance is not bliss, and that's what the game is played on, the ignorant. They are not against you being intellectual. They are not against you being astute. They are not against you applying the things that you learn from books. They are against the template builders and the template users. That's what because you're finding a cheat way to get in. That's what's going on. And that's why here we want to make sure we educate you as opposed to just keep handing you stuff, right? So that's what the consultation is all about, okay? Again, if you can't afford it, let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll work it out. I don't mind taking payments. I mean, not payments, excuse me. Donations in smaller increments. I don't mind that, okay? Because it's all about you and it's all about us, okay? So you must know the difference between legal and lawful. Make sure you get a Black's Law Dictionary, 5th edition or earlier. I would suggest myself, okay? And know the difference between the two and fight back from that platform. Play the game from that platform, because that's what everything turns on. Okay, if they know that the game is up and you know the difference between legal and lawful. Oh, and ironically, right, how many titles involve a trust? 2, the legal and the beneficial, right? Well, look, there's legal and law. Which one is beneficial, equitable title, and which one is the control, legal title, right? Legal, law. Also, what was the other dichotomy? Anyways, I'm coming up on 10 minutes, coming around the corner. You got any questions? You know how to reach me. Look down below in the description for any details and information announcements. All right, and stay in the know and don't be out here like a sheep, okay? Courtney with Knowledge Well. It's 9 minutes and 52, 53, 54. Bye. Have a great day. Contact me.